Hi, friends. Nice to see you this afternoon from Houston, Texas. In this episode, you're going to find out what are the unlawful presence bars. There's three main types. Now, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. My name is John Ting, your host today. I practice immigration law in all 50 states of America, from the East Coast to the West Coast and all across the world. Now, we're here to help you solve your immigration problem. Now, let's get down to it. Now, the 3-year bar means will trigger when you leave the United States after you have stayed in the United States without any kind of status for more than 180 days, but less than 1 year. So let's say you stayed, and this does not mean that you have to have been in the U.S. for no status at all. You could have entered the United States, for example, with a visitor visa and then overstayed it, let it expire. You didn't file extension or change of status to anything else. And so let's say you had overstayed it for 181 days, but then you decide to leave after that. That triggers a 3-year bar. Now, no one in immigration is going to tell you and hand you a piece of paper the day you leave and say that, but they will have information about your immigration history. So that's why it's very important to stay in tune and stay on track with the dates of your visa, and plan ahead is very important, because even if you think, oh, nonchalantly, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. Immigration agencies will know about it. And so if you do lie in the future on immigration application, let's say in the future you want to get married or a company is sponsoring you and you fill out these forms, it will bite you in the butt in the future. So be very mindful and plan ahead, okay? Now, that's a 3-year bar. Now, there's also a 10-year bar. 10-year bar is if someone has stayed in the United States without any kind of legal status for more than 1 year. So again, even if it's 366 days and then you decide to leave, that's a big problem. Now, it's also important for you to know that anyone under 18 years old does not accrue any unlawful presence. Okay, but if you are once you turn 18 years old, it will start the clock. Okay, if you are in the US without status. Now, if you have stayed in the US for less than 180 days and then you left, that doesn't accrue any kind of unlawful presence. Now, the third one that's very important for you to know is a permanent bar. That does not necessarily mean that you cannot apply at all for immigration benefit in the future, but the most common situation where someone has a permanent bar is even if they enter U.S. with a visitor visa in the past, let's say 20 years ago, but somehow, was, maybe signed a voluntary return, basically. Some people call it deportation papers, but if it didn't happen through the immigration court, there's not a formal deportation or not a formal removal order. So usually in that kind of situation is more like voluntary return. But once you leave the U.S., then it triggers that. In that situation, that would be the first exit, right? That would trigger the 10-year bar if that person had been in the U.S. for more than 1 year. But what triggers the permanent bar is if that same person decides to enter the U.S. after already having left, right? And then entering the U.S. without any kind of visa. That triggers the permanent bar. So it's very important to consult the immigration attorney, even if it's not me. There's so many good lawyers out there. But if you do want to get in touch with us, the best way is call us at this number down below. Okay, or you can text it. If you're at work, you can text this number and our CARES team will get in touch with you within the next business day. Otherwise, if you do have time, please fill out the intake form down below. It starts with Ting Law. And again, our CARES team will contact you within 24 hours or in the next business day. Now, friends, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And friends, if you enjoy our content, please kindly hit the like button and share our video with your friends. We greatly appreciate it. We're just here to share information with you and see if hopefully it's helpful to you. And until next time, please continue wearing your mask. Take care.